I was for good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Now, my name is Paul Adom Otchere the explanation media ba. Why say okopie mu e Ministry of Rosa. Omo the contract be e dey so na contract no sense no e for state and this expose ni daba bonten. Now the details of it na nkasa no e breakdowns. Contract na ko he say na sika se na kopie e kwan ben so e na ministry no afa so a womo atimi e dey contract na e dey akoso sosin. Na eno so koda nchen aka hunu say the NDC administration make contradictions be with regards to sources and under the previous administration. And ehun nsemu no hwan ne kan ye President Mahama de Asidin Ketia ene mu mpenifo kujata abrakwa no what they intend to do ewo sources na the shocker ewo mu ne say yanka ho asem ti Paul Adom Otchere explanation odiaba ene nia wodi aka ho. He made a threat to one of the ministers. Say Nyame Adoma Thursday will be a big expose Edimasa minister no. What do you think of Medi Evans Manasseh Manasseh extra YouTube na subscribe na fie so like share for comment for whatever can promote Ediama. And then the first time we share video, this is what we do on our channel. We bring to you the latest exclusive updates in Ghana's politics and beyond. And Kaya home Paul Adom Otchere.
Now let's get onto the highway. So much happening today. So the big story today is that friends today, enemies tomorrow. The civil society organizations, friends with NDC in opposition, united against a common enemy. His name is President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He managed to, the people managed to find him as an enemy. The same man that people are praising today, they say he was an enemy. Akufo-Addo is an enemy. And so civil society and NDC became friends. Now, there's an adage says, friends today, enemies tomorrow. When we were in primary school and we were playing football, we used to sing that song, friends today, enemies tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, friends today, enemies tomorrow. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to treat the procurement story in a completely different way. You know that at Good Evening Ghana, we try to do a bit more research so that we can get you the facts, figures as simple as it comes. Let's begin with an understanding of why sole sourcing is a problem. It's always a problem, has to be a problem. And why the public procurement, the PPA law, limited the instances to which sole sourcing can be applied. Okay, let's start with Justice Doche. Now, Justice Doche was sitting on a case in court sometime in 2014 or 2015. He's a very distinguished Supreme Court justice. Now, the case is entitled Martin Alamisi Amidu, that's Ben's Kaiser, versus the Attorney General, Waterville Holding, BFI Limited. Okudjeto Ablakwa, don't be afraid. We are not coming to mention Isofoten today. We are not coming there. Don't be scared. Tell Okudjeto Ablakwa in New York that he shouldn't be afraid. We are not coming there yet. All right. So here is Justice Doche. Okay, now you can start the video from here. So Justice Doche said in the case, in response to sole sourcing, that the parties entered into an alliance to create, to loot, and to share the resources of this country as if a brigade has been set up for such an enterprise. He says the parties entered into an alliance to create, to loot, and to share the resources of this country as if a brigade had been set up for such an enterprise. When Justice Doche spoke, he was speaking about the first President John Dramani Mahama government that lasted from 2013 to 2017. In fact, this evening, I've been looking at the campaign clips for 2016, and you will find that a sizable number of the MPP campaign was to draw Ghanaians' attention to the excessive sole sourcing that the John Mahama administration had occasioned in their government between 2013 and 2017. Plenty of sole sourcing. And it got so bad that the Supreme Court justice said that the parties in the case entered into the alliance to create, to loot, and to share. What is the alliance Justice Doche is talking about? I'm going to explain to you here, viewers. Do you have my cartoons ready? Fantastic. All right. So this is the minister. Is that the minister? And this is the contractor. Am I correct? Okay. So the contractor to the minister. Why is sole sourcing a problem? Let me use myself as an example. So I'm assuming I'm a road contractor, yeah? And my friend is Govins Kwame Agboja, the minister. And Governor Saboja takes a phone and calls me and says, Paulus. I say, yes, sir. Are you there? I say, I'm in Kumasi. He say, you need to come and see me tomorrow. I say, what time? He says, at the close of day, the usual time you come. Okay, close of day, I get in. He goes to his office. He tells me that, oh, Paulus, you are here. Charlie, wait and let me finish with these people. Then we'll talk. We have a lot to talk about. I said, no problem. I wait. He finished. He calls me to his office. So I'm sitting in front of Governor Kwame Agboja. He asked me that, when was the last time you did a contract? I said, oh, when the first John Mahama administration, I did so. I said, look, I'm going to give you a sole sourcing from Kanishi to Latebia Okoshi. Sole sourcing for you. I do the sign of the cross. Minister says he's going to give me sole sourcing. Do you know what that means? It means the minister is giving me an opportunity. Because the minister is taking away from me all the hurdles that I have to cross to achieve the contract. That's what the minister is doing. He's doing me a favor. He's putting me in a peculiarly advantageous position. And I owe that to him. I owe the contracts to him. Because minister is telling me that, bring your documents. We are going to go to PPA for them to approve the sole sourcing. I'll talk to the PPA guys. They will approve it. And when they approve it, you have the contract. I don't need to do anything. Now, contrast this with another situation. Minister calls me, Paulus, are you in town? I say, Ade, can you come and see me? I go. He says, Charlie, the president was talking about you the other day. He says that since we came to power, nothing has happened for you. So, Charlie, you have to bid for this contract between Kokomeme and Latebia Okoshi. Asking, how do I bid? He said, no, prepare your documents. And he says, Charlie, you have to bid well because your competitors are the do-for people and your other competitors are Alaji something. So I know that I have competition. He says, prepare your documents well. You have to make sure that your charges are lower than them. It will help. It may not necessarily win you the thing, but your charges lower than them must help. Do you have your works and housing document? I have it. Do you have your GRA? Charlie, hurry up and get it. Call GRA, get your document, get everything ready. Now, when the minister throws me that second opportunity, the alternative one, it is, he has opened the door for me. Now, I need to fill the space. I need to make sure my documentation is correct. I need to make sure that my this is correct. I need to, because we are going into competitive tendering. Anything can happen. It's not in the minister's hands. It's in the PPA's hands. They are going to look at it and make a choice. That's what we have. That's why the sole sourcing is a problem. So when you find that a minister is giving sole sourcing to the point of 73 billion, it's not just the minister. It's the minister, is important people in the government, it's key people who are all coming together. That's why Justice Dochi says that they come together, they form an alliance. This is the alliance that Doche is talking about. Can you give me Doche again 1 minute, please? That's the alliance that Doche is talking about. The alliance Doche is talking about is the minister. It's maybe chief of staff, maybe some senior person, maybe vice president, maybe somebody in the office of the vice president. They all come together. Then they tell the minister, give the contract to Pual Adom Otchere, make it sole sourcing. So minister comes and says, Paul, tell me, how much do you think will cost the thing? I said, oh, maybe 1 million, 2 million. He says, okay, we'll do something about the figures. Now, the circumstance is such that I am beholden to the minister as a contractor. So I may be remunerating the minister something. I may be. That is where the concern is. That's where Justice Doche said they enter into an alliance. Then they create. Then they loot. And then they go and share it. 73 billion is what Fourth Estate is reporting that governs Kwame Agboja in 7 months. He has committed Ghanaian taxpayers' money all to sole sourcing to his friends, people he knows, people who are directly connected to him, indirectly connected to him, party people, or whatever. He doesn't allow them to go through competitive tendering. He does a sole sourcing, 73 billion. It's gone. How much 73 billion in dollars today? Our sole sourcing rate is what? 10. So 10 billion is 70 billion. We are talking 73. So let's give and take. If you add the Abochi side and blah, 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 you are talking about what? Something $9 billion. $9 billion. This is Fourth Estate. Is this Fourth Estate talking? It says, disregard for president's vow for prudence. Ministry awards 81 sole source contracts worth over 73 billion in 7 months. Now, I'll be showing you what the President Mahama said in 2025 SONA and repeated in 2026 SONA. In both instances, His Excellency the President, what do I say? In both instances, His Excellency the President throws a negative light on sole sourcing and even proceeds to say that he will do something about it. Forget about President speaking. Let's go to opposition. I'm going to show you some videos now. And all those videos are correct as they were then and as they are today. The statements in those videos are correct today as they were then. The statements in those videos by some of the very loud people, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, today he's foreign minister. He doesn't know that Ministry of Roads have given 73 billion sole sourcing. Tonight we are on sole sourcing. We'll talk about Sam George, who has also given another sole sourcing. 240 million is gone. We'll talk about Petroleum Commission. Madam Hardcastle has given sole sourcing 40 million. This is the same NDC who said they had never had sole sourcing. They didn't like it. This is the same NDC who got voted out in 2016 partly as a result of MPP drawing Ghanaians' attention to their sole sourcing. They have come to government again. These days, I see something on social media. I didn't used to understand it. Then I asked Miracles about it. He explained to me. They put on social media, they write, Dada Noah. So I saw Dada, which is father. So I said, what's going on? Then Miracles told me, oh, no, don't get it confused, though. Don't get it twisted. You know, Dada Noah is a reference to the people who were NDC who have come. Their ways are the same. Dada Noah. Nothing has changed. This is the change people. I mean, I was told many times by very important clergymen that, oh, John Mahama has changed. Oh, Paulus, hey, listen. So sorry, everyone calls me Paulus, so it's okay. Paulus, oh, no, don't do that. Oh, John Mahama, I said, are you sure? They said, oh, no, the president, hey, Charlie, he sat in opposition, he's understood. Oh, when he comes, he's a new person. He's good. 73 billion soul sourcing. Worse than before. Worse than the person before that they say he has changed, no? He's now allowing his minister, after speaking in the sessional address, Governor Kwame Agboja is a member of parliament. He was sitting there when the president gave the address about soul sourcing. He hasn't heard it. He said he's awarded 73 billion. And tonight, he's on radio and TV stations explaining. I saw the BBC reporter, Pual Adom, very exacerbated. He wrote something and said, what is all this? You can never trust politicians. When you see them explaining, what is happening? This is the National Democratic Congress against whom many were warned. And this is their modus operandi. Create, loot, and share. Create, loot, and share. Even what you leave them, education, they will bastardize it. Even what you leave them, education, they will bastardize it. They are in a hurry to change the name of airport. They will not feed cocoa farmers. They don't care about cocoa farmers. They won't give cocoa farmers their money. People whose toil and sweat has put our nation on the map. Cocoa farmers, you won't mind them. You will award 73 billion, 10, 11 billion dollars of money going to their pockets. Create, loot, and share. See the video. Who do we have first? Maybe Okudzeto Ablakwa. He's loud. Let's see.
Inte the year promise in a manifesto, the Reset Ghana manifesto, Yeba amended the Public Procurement Act. Sa single source yebe chaso. Because it's been abused.
Sammy, you're on record.
Oh, yes. Yebe chaso. The only window will be emergencies. That's all. All the other limitations, no, we are going to end it. It's here. Because the abuse, we can't take it any longer. Inte the year promise in a manifesto, the Reset Ghana manifesto, Yeba amended the Public Procurement Act. Sa single source yebe chaso. Because it's been abused.
Sammy, you're on record.
Oh, yes. Yebe chaso. The only window will be emergencies. That's all. All the other limitations, no, we are going to end it. It's here. Because the abuse, we can't.
I just feel sorry for him. And I like Captain Smart on that one. He pointed out to him, Ojam, you are on record. He said, oh, yes. Call me Sami Okudzeto Ablakwa to come and answer. Tell him that the law thing has him. He should come and answer the question. Governor Kwame Agboja, with whom he sits in cabinet, we are yet to see what Okudzeto is doing on foreign affairs. Maybe his own cry is worse. As the time goes on, it will come on. Do you know why we are seeing all this? I mean, you have to clap for Akufo-Addo. Do you know why we are seeing all this? Because Akufo-Addo passed Rights to Information law. Kufuor didn't pass it. It started from Kufuor, nothing happened. It didn't pass. Went to Mills, didn't pass. John Mahama didn't pass. Akufo-Addo came. He said, look, me, I'm a human rights person. I've been a barrister fighting for human rights all my life. It will be awkward for me to be president of a country and after 4 years, right to information hasn't been passed. Pass it. Akufo-Addo's people went to him and said, hey, Chief, we are going to be hot. Oh, this right information you are the Manasseh Azuri. And the president said, no, we have nothing to hide. Pass the bill. Pass it. So under Akufo-Addo, RTI was passed. Otherwise, today, we won't know this. Fourth Estate got this from RTI. Governor Kwame Agboja was complaining that every day he goes to his office, there's an RTI request. He's running away. Tomorrow, we are sending one. We are going to bombard them with RTI to show them that good governance matters. Leadership matters. Akufo-Addo's leadership mattered. It meant something. Leadership. Passed the RTI bill. He passed it. Today we know that Governor Kwame Agboja is committing Ghanaian taxpayers' money, 73 billion, to sole sourcing. He calls his friend, come and take this road. Calls his friend, come and take this road. Calls his friend, come and take this. Calls his friend. That's what they are doing. And Ablakwa was on Captain Smart's program and said that sole sourcing, we will stop. It's not only Ablakwa who spoke. See this next.
What is so special about a 120-meter asphalt runway? What is so special about what government itself describes as minimal renovation of a building? And if Ali can put the pictures of the Sunyani Airport on the screen for people to see the works they claim to have done. That you would want to do this contract through sole sourcing. Why?
There's a story from the Fourth Estate that says a 12-kilometer road cost some humongous amount of money, sole sourcing. My brother Sami Jemfi says that. What is so special about runway? You have to do sole sourcing. What is special about runway? You have to do so. Today, runway, he said 120-kilometer road. Today, and runway is not just road, viewers, as we all know. Runway is specialized. This plane is going to pass on it. It's not my Hyundai vehicle or your Mercedes. Whether it's my Hyundai or your Mercedes, they can pass on road. Runway is different. Anyway, we accepted that. Some Odinfi said, you can't do sole sourcing on. Today, Governor Kwame Agboja is using sole sourcing for 12-kilometer road. 12. Sami Davis said 120. How can you sole sourcing for airport? Airport is specialized. Airport infrastructure is specialized. It's technical. But Sami Davis said, no, what is special about it? What is special about it? Today, Governor Kwame Agboja, 12-kilometer road. He's using sole sourcing and charging a lot of money. Sami Jemfi went beyond Good Morning Ghana and he held a press conference. Have a look at it.
And the catalyst project, new angle be aba MPP for the bomb by the chrono ye pa. Dear your friend sole sourcing. Sole sourcing the children and say a bind person did you make ye na incense say obefa mra kwanso abamu ama omo opepase omo yese adwuma ni nyina epre bi no aban ni ti da bi me de ko hye dem na me de akoma nipa ba ko pe eno ne your friend so source say bi me de ko hye dem na me de akoma nipa ba ko pe eno ne your friend so source je say mempene ema ho kwan ema de opese wo ye bibia na emepre na de ne bo wo fom wo betumi aye ne ye ne ye mfa adwuma ne ma no na emo mi twabo na me de amanipa ba ko ama na ye
ekofa nipa ba ko pe ne de ahye ne nsa ono obeye kata ahyese ene proye ene eseye man Sami Jemfi. Today Governor Kwame Agboja 73 billion on the end 1 million 2 million 3 million 73 billion on ni nyina akoma ne namfofo wa no sole sourcing kata ahyese ene proye se we nye kata ahyese na ne de bade de ade se nye kata ahyese e de ade on train de bade pa no oye de wakofa nipa onamfofo obusuafo o partyfo wembie mu ama Ghana man Ghana man bapa bia obetimi aye na ambehwe bi ambeye competitive bidding wo sorry wa frefre onamfofo akose dem katasehye ene proye no ne sipi e wa NDC aban mu katasehye ene proye ne sipi e wa NDC aban mu 73 billion on sole sourcing. And who got it? Their friends from Fourth Estate. I'm guessing Fourth Estate could not help it. I mean, if Fourth Estate can help it, they will help it. I mean, they like NDC. I mean, with Suleiman Brahma, Manasseh Azuri, Professor Kwame Kaik. They love NDC. They love NDC. So I'm sure that if they could have helped it, they would have helped it. But they looked at it and the thing was so bad that they just can't help it. And they are also very frustrated and wholly disappointed in the people they worked with in opposition and catapulted them into government. The people are now pointing their left hands at them. Sam George, he points left hands at people in parliament. These are the same people who rode on the back of civil society with the deceit, the deception, the hatred, the envy, the jealousy of the Akufo-Addo administration. That's what happened. I'll show you a lot today. So now 2026, we will ban soul sourcing. Oh my goodness. 2026 so now. 2026 so now. You can start a new video from here. 2026 so now. It says we will ban soul sourcing. John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana. Nancy 2026 so now. That no year into March or say February. March ya no. I'm say February no year 2026 so now. February ya obe kache say obe ban soul sourcing ye ko hwe ya. Say before sa February no, November mu ho baby no. John Dramani Mahama ne na ban 73 billion. Omo dey check omo nan fofo. So mbeye kwan. Koko fo sika de entie. Koko kwe de konne no. Koko kwe ni konne no. E konne koko kwe ni no wu, one ne ma omo wu. E kom ne omo na emom aban mpanyifo de omo nchiche so sources 73 billion no on fankodi. That's Ghana for you. That's Ghana for you. This is Ghana for you. This is Ghana. This is Ghana for you. Anyway, let's move to the rest of the story in some detail. No, first, let's take the fourth estate story. Don't you think so? Let's go into it for the people to see. Then we'll come to the Sammy Jennifer response. So this is another video, isn't it? Okay. All right. This is fourth estate. Suleiman Brahma, you've done well. Congratulations. One of these days, you and I have to settle, and then we argue small, we fight small, and then we understand how to build our society. Please tell Suleiman Brahma that I said we should sit together. Once we meet, we'll fight small. The first 5 minutes will be fight. I'll tell him you have done this. You tell me I've done this. We'll fight. After the fight, then we understand what each other is doing so that we can build a country. You know, I also want the MPP to ride on Suleiman Brahma's ideas to come to power. When we come to power, we promise that diligence will be there. We've done it. MPP, they know how to do it. So don't worry about that. We'll get there. Suleiman, let's meet and fight. We'll fight small. Okay. This is Suleiman Brahma speaking. He says, during his first State of the Nation address on February 27, 2025, President John Dramani Mahama pledged to prioritize Ghana's infrastructure to address the pressing backlog of poor roads. He announced the Big Push program as the flagship initiative to deliver the promise. He vowed his government, unlike previous ones, will do things differently in the award of contracts under the Big Push program. The president promised that his government will minimize sole sourcing procurement to encourage competitive bidding and enhance public transparency in procurement processes. 4 days later, the president made this vow again while addressing the National Economic Dialogue in Accra. He described the excessive abuse of sole sourcing of public sector contracts as an act that leads to inflated contracts and causes a major drain on the country's finances. Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm, President Mahama said. 1 year into his administration, he remained committed to the vow, at least in words. At the 2026 SONA, he repeated his vow and commitment to ending the practice of excessive and unjustified awards of government contracts through sole sourcing. Mr. Speaker, he said, we are bringing legislation to this House to tighten our procurement processes by banning sole source contracts except in exceptional circumstances, the President told Parliament. The promise to stop the abuse of sole sourcing procurement is one that President Mahama and his government's NDC party have been making since they were in opposition. In 2020, the People's Manifesto, the NDC pledged to make single source procurement an exception and not the rule. The pledge was repeated in 2024 Reset Agenda Manifesto. But in what appears to be a bold and complete disregard and defiance of the president's vow and promises to the nation, the Ministry of Roads and Highways has literally become a factory for sole source road contracts. The ministry has been churning out what translates into almost 12 sole source contracts per month. Every month, 12. Baku. Dumienu. Busumi biya. Baku, dumienu, busumi bia. We are bicycle. Data available to the fourth estate indicates that in the last 7 months, the ministry has awarded 107 road contracts, contrary to the president's promise to ensure competitiveness and transparency in the award of public contracts. Not a single one of the 107 contracts was awarded based on competitive tendering. Oha, and then soon, Oha, 100, and then soon 7. 107 contracts, sole source, total amount of money, 73 billion cedis. How much? $10 billion. If you give America $10 billion today, you'll take it to Iran and help their war. 10 billion. If you give to America, they will like 10 billion. Sike Mo Dusi, which belongs to the people of Ghana. And you share it among your friends for a contract. Sole source, come and get. That's the reset agenda. Reset agenda. It's not easy. A whopping 81 out of the 107 road contracts worth over 73 billion were awarded through sole sourcing. The remaining 26 contracts worth about 8 billion were awarded through selective tendering. This means over 90% of the amount of money expected to be spent on roads under the Big Push program so far was given out through sole sourcing. Despite this glaring contrast, the majority leader and leader of government business in Parliament, Mahama Yariga, audaciously proclaimed to Parliament on March 11, 2026, that, quote, "Let it be known, the era of sole source contract is dead." Mahama Yariga, they are now done on the Naigua Bonte. Because when you're saying this, he didn't know that they have Kwame Abuja has sole source 81 contracts and collected 73 billion. He didn't know that. But Mahama Yariga said this: "Let it be known that the era of sole source contract is dead." This is what he said. This is the publication from Suleiman Brahma. This is a publication. Let me skip Sammy Jemfi's response and let me go to Beatrice Annan, a presidential staffer at the office of the president. This is what she said. Okay. This is Beatrice Annan writing. "Respectfully, it is legitimate to question the use of single source procurement, but that alone does not establish wrongdoing. For such concerns to rise to the level of a scandal, 2 issues must be examined. 1, whether the beneficiaries are closely linked to government officials, family, or other relationships that may raise conflict of interest concerns. 2, whether the contract sum is inflated compared to the market value or similar projects." Oh, but Beatrice Annan, as for your number 2, 4 tests are found plenty. When you are charging 12 kilometers for a whooping amount of money like that, please get me the 12 kilometers one from Suleiman Brand. I'll show it to her. This is very simple. As for your number 2, whether there's been inflation, there's been a whooping inflation. That's allegation. Whooping inflation is a whooping one. That's allegation. So, Madam Beatrice, this one there. Okay, Suleiman Brahma, I'll come back to Beatrice. Good, I like this. It says, Suleiman Brahma says this: "Is this the value for money? Let's start with a very small one, awarded under even restricted tender. Upgrading of Apegusu Mpaka Feeder Road, signed on November 5, 2025. November 25, 2025. This contract is for surface dressing, or as we call it, sapati. Road length 9 kilometers. Contract sum 146 million. Cost per kilometer $16 million. $1 million. The contract went to build managers. 9-kilometer road cost $1 million. 1 million. Those of us who like walking in the morning, you know how when you walk 10 kilometers, you know what it is. Now, 9-kilometer road, that's recent, not the road, not doing the road afresh. So they are doing sapati. That is just upgrading it and making it good. You know, where the big men live, sometimes they do that. So when we criticize them, they do it for us to where the big men don't live. Those of us in Teshite, Bibiano, always our roads are basa, but when we talk small, they do it. So that's what they are doing. For 9 kilometers, they are charging you $1 million, $1.4 million to do 9 kilometers of road. And Beatrice Annan says that there's no inflation of the thing. There's no exaggeration of the bill. 12 kilometers is $1.4 million. The contractor is build managers, please employ me. Do you have a PRO? Build managers, please ask them, do they have a PRO, public relation officer? I think I can send my CV, because if you are getting 1.4 million for the road, you can pay me. Buy me a nice Hyundai car, and I use it. Build managers. What is even mind-blowing, Suleiman Brahma says, is how they arrived at the contract sum. A whopping 37.5 million Ghana cedis is allocated as maintenance of Department of Feeder Roads headquarters. Maintenance, not construction of a new office. And guess what? This is the only contract with allocation for maintenance of the same office. Stay tuned. Suleiman, I salute you. Let's meet soon and fight our fight and continue. Get back to Beatrice Annan. Beatrice Annan says, the other problem you may observe is whether the contract sum is inflated compared to the market value or similar projects. In the absence of these, she says, single sourcing on its own cannot be fairly described as a scandal. At most, it raises valid concerns about the need to strengthen the legal and regulatory framework governing public procurement, particularly after 2 decades of public procurement at 2003. As for NDC, they can never refer to anything that they did. Anything that is good in this country, when they refer, you check the dates. No, you get to go to Kufuor. You check the dates. No, to go to Akufo-Addo. They haven't done anything. Anything that has helped Ghana to develop in this democracy, MPP did it. As for NDC, are you not embarrassed? You are right in 2003. Kufuor came to pass for it. You people were in power. 92 to 90, you didn't pass Public Procurement Act. Kufuor came to pass it. We were talking about procurement, sir. You didn't pass the act. You are not even embarrassed. You are referring to it. Look at their document. Let them refer to anything that has happened in this Fourth Republic. You will see is MPP. Anything. Think about anything you see is MPP. They don't do anything. Create, loot, and share. That's their legacy. That's Doche is the one who said it. I didn't say it. That their legacy is create, loot, and share. She's saying it nicely that, please, you have to look at it well, because the thing, you have to have concerns, and we have to strengthen the regulatory framework and all that. She says, assurance, her last one. The John Dramani Mahama administration and the NDC remain committed to ensuring value for money while addressing delays and inefficiencies in the road delivery. Whoa! I love Beatrice Annan. You got to clap for her, man. I mean, she's in a very difficult situation. Very, very difficult. She's trying her best. But I like how Miracle Sabuaje responded. Today, social media has been awash with this procurement fight. It's been butu. Tomorrow morning we'll continue. Miracle Sabuaje comes in and says that this post, referring to Beatrice, clearly proves how you guys were simply driven by jealousy, which you clothed with patriotism to mislead the entire country, only to come and do worse than you preached. You are here explaining, and giving variations of sole sourcing when your governments use sole sourcing for 75% of all road projects done. That's abuse of sole sourcing, and that's recklessness. And most crucially, that's a betrayal of the trust of the people based on the bragging you and your party did in opposition. And Umuja, your bins, Kasasa, you are not coming to explain to us what sole sourcing is, are you? Go and watch your videos. Let me show them some videos, please. There's a media press conference. The one he spoke in tree. Yeah, put your finger on it and let viewers see it again. I want to see that video again.
New angle be aba MPP for the bomb by no chrono ye pa. Dear your friend so source. So source in the chilling and say a bind person did you mediabi. Now in say Obefamra Kwanso Abamu ama omoa omowo opepasa omoye se adwuma ni nyina eprebi no aban ti da bi me de ko hyedem na me de akoma nipa ba akopɛ eno ne your friend so source se bi me de ko hyedem na me de akoma nipa ba akopɛ eno ne your friend so source kyese mempene ema ho kwan ema de opese wo ye bibia na emepre na de ne bo wo fom wo betumi aye ne yie ne yemfa adwuma ne ma no na emo mi twabo na me de ama nipa ba akoma na ye ene katazeshe ne proye no new angle bi aba MPP for the bomb by no chrono ye pa dear your friend so source in the chile nyina ne say a bind person odi dwumadie bi na insese obefa mrakwan so abamu ama omo a omo wo opepase omo yese adwuma ni nyina epre bi no aban ni ti da bi me de ko hyedem na me de akoma nipa ba akopɛ eno ne your friend so source se bi me de ko hyedem na me de akoma nipa ba akopɛ eno ne your friend so source kyese mempene emma ho kwan emma de opese wo ye bibia na emepre na de ne bo wo fom wo betumi aye ne yie ne yemfa adwuma ne ma no na emo mi twa
What shall we say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? That's in Romans chapter 30. The ghost of soul sourcing returns. This is remarkable. Why will the minister for... He should be resigning tomorrow morning. Don't you think so? Governs Kwame Agboja. Instead of being on radio and TV defending why he's committing $73 billion CDs, $10 billion of taxpayers' money to soul sourcing contracts. And they tell us how the contracts are emergency. They are re-asphalting roads, Sapati, and it's $1.47 million for 9 kilometers. Hey, why? You can't pay cocoa farmers. You can't pay teachers. You can't pay nurses. You can't pay anybody. You get civil society to start telling us that people who are retired, we can't continue paying them. And you are collecting 73 billion. How much of the 73 billion could be going into the politician's pocket? Maybe 20 billion, maybe 10 billion, maybe 9 billion. I don't know. Is it fair? No. Is that politics? No. Is that why they say politics is a dirty game? Yes. So bad. When a month ago, the president was in parliament speaking in the sessional address, saying that I have banned soul sourcing, we'll ban soul sourcing. And he didn't know that November last year, his minister in 7 months has awarded 80 contracts on soul sourcing, totaling 73 billion Ghana cedis, $10 billion. Why are we doing that to our country? Let me bring down the temperature. We'll come back on soul sourcing. I'll be taking Emefa Hardcastle. She is the boss of the Petroleum Commission. She replaced the venerable Magas, Egbert Fable. She replaced Egbert Fable. Apparently, her soul sourcing is even more beautiful. We'll come to that. Samuel Nate George, Minister for Communication. Well, I mean, I don't want to say stuff about him. People say that he's arrogant. I don't know whether he's arrogant. He's a good guy. He's part of the body of Christ, as they say. He's with the Reverend Ajahn Cyrus Church. So that's my level of relationship with him. We are all part of the body of Christ. He, Sam George, goes on social television with Akosia Menu, young, brilliant woman. Sam George is put to his feet and is told a few things. And then see what he does on social media, completely disrespecting the woman. And he's awarding sole source contracts to a guy who was seated in the parliament room when Sam George was being vetted. Nana, we are digging into who Nana is. Sam George, Thursday, don't watch this program. It's a serious matter. Who Nana is, what's his relationship with you? And I don't, Ghanaians are very sensitive. They send these things to me. I mean, since the MPP came into opposition, I didn't know Ghanaians have my number. Hey, the things I get. Some guy sent me Ministry of the Swedu Secondary. Viewers, if I read it and you cry. He said he's NDC. He's a teacher. He has been promoted to director. He works in the central region. And the kinds of things that is happening, the Swedu Secondary is worse. He's an NDC man. He's telling me, I didn't know they have my number. Now they are writers sending me. My producer's phone is full. They are sending. The kind, Sam George, you and Nana, even the egg that you break, they have told us. Be very careful, because Thursday will come at the story. How you are awarding the contract to Nana. Was KNet there? What did KNet say? Tell him that we said something about Nana. It's coming.